Hello friends, welcome to fresh new episode of Techie Tuesdays. I'm your host S. Ravi Kumar. Techie Tuesdays is a weekly show where I answer your tech and career related queries. So if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. Now let's get started with today's questions. Today's first question is by Nick Malhotra. He's asking, I am 22 years old and I have done 6 months of internship and 7 months of job experience in .NET MVC and currently working. I get frustrated sometimes. I don't know what to do in my life and what should I do? Nick, from your question, it seems like either you are watching too many self-help books, videos, and too much worried about your life goals and achieving your life goals, or you are comparing yourself with other people, or you are too much influenced by this get rich quick or billionaire dreams from shown on different videos and different social media platforms. And also it seems like that you are suffering from imposter syndrome, which many people suffer. Even many experienced people suffer from that problem, that is imposter syndrome, where they think that everybody knows so much more than themselves and they know nothing and they are not doing anything in their life or in their career. My solution for this problem is to count your blessings. So rather than comparing yourself with other people, compare yourself with previous version or younger version of yourself. So right now, as you have said that you are 22 years old, probably compare yourself when you have done your engineering or when you have joined your engineering, when you joined the internship. So compare your knowledge with that particular person, that okay, that person didn't even know what is .NET, what is MVC, but now you know that what is .NET and what is MVC. So you should probably talk to your seniors and make up your career goals in small modular terms, like make a 6-month goal that I will learn on how to write an web API in MVC, or I will learn how to do full stack web development using MVC, ASP.NET MVC, or how I can use web APIs in ASP.NET MVC, how you can use a type of database in your ASP.NET MVC application. So make small goals, small modular goals, and count those goals whenever you feel frustrated that okay, I have done this thing. So count your blessings. That way you will get a positive motivation. Right now, if you compare with other people who know so many things or who are working in other technology, you will of course get frustrated. 22 years is not I can say that 22 years is not very age that you should compare with other people. You are still in your beginner phase of the development or in the initial ages of your career. So you can experiment with so many technologies. So don't worry about it. If you feel uncomfortable learning .NET development, you can try out other programming languages if you find resources for them, and if you find comfortable, if you are comfortable in learning about them, or if you are getting a chance to work on other technologies, grab that chance, learn that technology, compare the two technologies and see that which one is more which one gels with you more, in which you are more comfortable, in which you can solve your problems easily, and then go ahead with that. So don't get frustrated, count your blessings and make small goals to grow in your career. Next question is from Konyala Reddy. He's asking, is it okay to put websites as a project in a resume, or are only apps considered as projects? Konyala, yes, it is completely okay to put websites as projects in your resume, provided you have worked in on that website or you have developed that website, you know that what all technologies, what all frameworks have been used in developing that website. So if you have permission from the owner of the website to put that website in your resume, and you know and you have worked on that website, you have created pages on that website, you know what all frameworks has been used in creating that website, then of course you can mention that website in your resume. Because see, you have to showcase what you know. So it doesn't matter whether you have developed a mobile application or you have developed a website. Whatever you have developed, whatever you have learned, you have to write on your resume, because from there itself the interviewer will gauge that okay, what kind of questions they have to ask you. Moreover, what kind of project you are keeping in your resume is primarily dependent on what kind of job role you are applying for. So the interviewer will see that whether that particular project matches with the job role skills which they need or not. If they doesn't match, it doesn't matter that whether you have put an application like mobile application or a website on your resume, they won't choose your resume. So probably you need to focus on the technologies you know and put only things which you know about and which you have developed on in your resume. Next question is from Hussain Mansoori. He's asking, how far can someone go as a front-end developer? Is it true that eventually they will have to wrap their brain around back-end too in order to achieve better jobs and high salaries? Hussain, if by far you mean how many years, then for all the developers, whether it be it front-end developer or back-end developers in India, the life of a developer is for around 8 to 10 years. After 8 to 10 years, most of the developers in India move to other job roles, be it team lead roles or be it tech lead roles, be it project manager, program manager. So they grow in their career. So the developer role is like pure developer role is there only for around 5 to 10 years, especially in India. So if you say that how far, so the far answer to your far question is that it would be around 8 to 10 years that you can work as a front-end developer for around 8 to 10 years. And the answer to your second question, that whether eventually they will have to wrap their brain around all the backend and everything too for higher salary, the answer is yes, but it primarily depends on what kind of job role or what career path he is planning to choose. So if he is planning to go into the technical side or the architectural side, then yes, of course, he will have to learn about backend technologies too, and he will have to learn about whole architectural point of view and complete full stack development. So yes, of course, for higher salary and better jobs in future, after 8 to 10 years, they will have to learn about backend and everything if they want to grow technically. If their plan is to go into the managerial role, be it team lead, be it project manager, or be it program manager, then of course they can stick to front-end technologies, and apart from that they can learn about management related things. Maybe they can do an MBA in project management, or they can do PMP certification, Scrum project manager certification, or something like that. So they can learn about all those kind of certifications. So, or not only all those kind of certification, all those kind of things, management related things. So it primarily depends on what are their goals. If they want to go into domain side, then they will have to learn about that particular domain. They have to get the specialization in that particular domain. So the answer to your question is, it primarily depends on what is their long-term career goal, and based on that they will have to wrap their brain around either full stack development or management skills or domain specialization skills. Next question is from Vishal Kumar Thakur. He's asking, what is the way to move to development projects in Wipro? Vishal, frankly speaking, it is very tough to move from one project to another project in service companies, be it Wipro, HCL, TCS, Infosys, or any kind of service company. Even though in their HR policies it is clearly mentioned, they usually mention that like a person can change their project after 2 years, after spending 2 years in that particular project. But usually it doesn't happen. Usually people change their project only when they leave the job. So if they leave the job, they will change the company as well as project. Otherwise, if they have some alteration with the project manager or the lead of that project, then also probably the project manager or the lead will kind of fire them from their that particular project and move them to bench, and from there they are like allocated to separate project based on their skills and specialization. So usually it's very tough to change project in any service based company. As I said, I don't know much about Wipro, so probably the best option for you would be talk to your HR, like HR partner of your particular team, or HR manager of your particular like location where you are working, or the person who has hired you. Talk to them that you want to go into development project rather than a maintenance project, and probably they will help you out in devising a path of moving you to a development project. But do it only if your like lead or your manager is also supporting you in this particular step, because otherwise it can go very wrong for you. So make sure of that your manager and lead is also loop in this whole process, and talk to the HR like HR manager only when your lead or manager is ready to help you out in changing the project. Then go for it. Otherwise, the process is like in most of the company, the process is like they will release you from your current project, and you will be moved to the bench, and from there the other project, be it development project or be it maintenance project, if they have any opening, they will take your interview and they will hire you in that project. So this is the usual process, and as I said that usually after 2 years in a single project you can change it. But as I said, in a real life scenario, in practical scenario, it doesn't happens in most of the service based companies. Next question is from Vinay. He's asking, which master's course should I take to become a full stack professional? Vinay, theoretically speaking, all the master's course in computer science or in information technologies teaches you everything related to full stack development. So be like I have done MSc IT, like MSc in information technology, and in my MSc in information technologies, I was taught one programming language, one database management system, RDBMS, and all the SDLC processes and everything. So technically speaking, all the curriculum of all the like master courses in information technology or computer science or computer engineering or MTech have all the subjects related to full stack development. The only thing is that all these subjects are primarily, I would say, 5 or 10 years behind the industry. So right now when we talk about industry full stack development, technology stacks, they are primarily MERN stack, Mean stack, Angular with .NET, Angular with Java, React with .NET, then Blazor with .NET, ASP.NET, MVC with .NET for full stack development. So there are so many full stack like frameworks, you can say full stack development technology stacks, but your college curriculum will only teach you one particular stack. So when we talk about master course, probably you should go for you should not go for full stack course material. You should probably go for the placement record of the college or institute which is teaching that master's course. So do any master's course, but do it from a reputed institute which has good placement track record. So then only you will go for it. Otherwise, many colleges are providing online MS like masters in full stack development online from various foreign institute, but I think it would be it is more suitable for experienced professional to upskill themselves rather than a fresher. So I'm not very much sure about it. If you want to give it a try, and if you have money, for sure give it a try to the master's course by any foreign universities being taught online. Otherwise, as I said, that all the masters, technically all the masters courses basically teach you about full stack development only, but they don't teach you in the current frameworks. They teach you in the basics, or you can say that they teach you the core knowledge required for doing full stack development. So rather than going for the course content, my opinion or my suggestion would be to go for the placement records of that particular college or institute. Next question is from Priyanshu Singh. He's asking, which relational database should I learn as a backend developer, MySQL or PostgreSQL? Priyanshu, in my opinion, you should learn about both of them. See, both MySQL and Postgres are very popular RDBMS databases which are used in many companies. So be it Postgres, be it MySQL, be it Oracle, be it SQL Server, I think if your goal is to become a full stack developer, or if your goal is to become a backend developer, probably you should learn about all of them, because your goal is to learn as a backend developer. Your goal should be to learn how to do data manipulation, be it be it writing insert queries, be it writing stored procedures, or be it writing update queries, or like CRUD operations, simple CRUD operations, or other kind of data manipulation operations from backend in the technology which you are learning. So you need to learn for all the databases, because as a backend developer you don't know which database you are going to use. It primarily the decision of higher management, because the type of databases they are going to use depends on the license and all other things, or the availability of resources, because as a backend developer you are not working as a database administrator, you are basically working as kind of a developer or database. You can say your job is primarily to fetch data and insert data into the database, not manage the servers and all. So in my opinion, you shouldn't focus on a particular database. You should focus on the technologies to get data from multiple databases. So if I talk about .NET technology, like right now, since I am a .NET architect and .NET technology specialist, so if I talk about .NET, I would say that if you are planning to become a backend developer in .NET, you should know about EF Core or Entity Framework Core, or you should know about Dapper, and then how to query to these different databases using EF Core or Dapper. So for using EF Core with MySQL, you will have to use a certain DLL. Apart from like regular EF Core, you will have to add another DLL which supports like MySQL data types. If you have to use Postgres, then you will have to use another DLL along with EF Core to support Postgres data type. So there is a whole list available on the EF Core documentation site, that which DLL you will have to use to connect to which database. Rest all the operations, the syntax is same, because you are using link queries in EF Core. If you are using Dapper, in that scenario, like it's again, it would be too technical related to .NET, so I won't go much more in detail. So my suggestion for you would be to learn about data manipulation or SQL, that is structured query language. So learn about how to write structured query language irrespective of your database server. So any database server, you should be you should know how to write SQL queries, how to call SQL queries, or how to utilize SQL queries in the technology in which you are planning to become backend developer, rather than focusing on a particular server, because that decision is not on your hand. and how you can use multiple databases on your on your own machine at your home. I have created a video. You can take help of containerized database, so you can host multiple databases on your machine using containerization. I have created separate videos on it. You can look around on my YouTube channel and you will get a video where I have explained how it is beneficial to use containerization to host multiple databases on your single machine, and it will help you in saving resources also. So my suggestion for you would be to learn both the databases, not only MySQL, not only Postgres. You should focus on learning MariaDB also if you are talking about open source databases, because MySQL and MariaDB are kind of similar. MariaDB has came out of MySQL only. So learn about MySQL, MariaDB, Postgres, MS SQL Server. So primarily your focus should be writing code agnostic of databases. So write the data manipulation queries or code which are database agnostic rather than based on a particular database. These were my answers to your tech and career related queries in this episode of Techie Tuesdays. If you want your questions to be answered in next episode of Techie Tuesdays, you can DM me your question on any social media platform with hashtag Techie Tuesdays. All my social media handles are Techie Rathor. I hope you like my answers, and if you like my answers, then please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. So until my next video, take care. Bye bye.